I started in my life as a tout. That is in 2012, 2013. I was a professional tout. A good tout. I was outstanding from the rest. They used to confirm. In case even they would come and find me I'm not around, they would ask, where is Nick? I would give them professional services. I wasn't like the other Makangas. A professional one. Then took myself to school. Paid myself with Makanga money. I was determined. In 2015 December, I graduated. Bachelor's in Information and Technology from Kenya Polytechnic. Wakati Kenya Polytechnic ilikuwa Kenya. Wacha now Technical University of Kenya. Then after that, now I realized I'm above this. You see, I've grown now to that. When you grow to another level, even your mind says no. Nikakaa nikidilidali, and I was fired. Even at times being fired is the will of God. And the moment I got fired, I told that guy, the chairman of that circle, thank you for fire. I'm not coming back. You see that decision, the determination, because you know where you are going. I am not coming back. And when I told him I'm not coming, after 1 week he called me. I told him, you know, Koech, I told you I'm not coming back. And it was true. And you see, when you make that challenge, you'll be tested. Are you true? Are you sure with what you said? Problems will come, challenges will come. But I was convicted with the decision I made. And the only thing that came to me was a merchandising job. I became a merchandiser at Unilever. Became a merchandiser, and then within 3 months, that's when I met my current wife. The 3 months, we were fired all over 7 a.m. in the morning. I was saying even that guy would have fired us, at least wait until 10 a.m. I got into the office, and then the only thing I found was our 2 resignation letters, me and my current wife, who was my fiancée by then. It was one of my hardest moments, knowing that you left the other job, now you have been fired. We're in the city of Nairobi, you don't know what next. I told her, don't worry, I will still marry you. But now the way things are, just go back to Ushago first. I will still marry you. The only thing that is constant care, I'll marry you. But I don't know when. Now that is when the opportunity, I packed my things, went back to Ushago. It's always good to sharing this story, right? Packed my things to go back to Ushago, handed over my things to a certain bus that goes to my up country. Everything, my beddings, my bed, and my gas cooker. It was on a Friday so that I can travel on a Saturday. And then on Friday in the night, I called a friend of mine called Samuel Mwangidirang. Samuel Mwangidirang, I've mentioned him about you. I've ever told you. Then I told him, this and this is happening. He's a bosom friend, bosom brother. There are those people that you share with them. I told him now that the way things are, I have to go back to Ushago. Then he told me, even you're going back to Ushago, you're not solving anything. And I said, that guy is making a lot of sense. Now, what can we do? Have you ever sold life insurance? I told him, no. Can you give it a try? I told him, either way. If it doesn't work, I'll still go back to Ushago. What am I losing? But now, he introduced me to Sanlam Insurance, by then Pan-Africa. You can remember. Selling life policies. No, there's a difference between general insurance and life policy. It was not general, life. About education policies, savings policies, investment policies. I was that guy. Nikatembea, it was in the month of July. Nikatembea August. This guy introduced me to the company, but he never introduced me on how to sell and to understand the products. So it was up to me to decide whether I'm going to learn about the products or not. So that month, August, because of guesswork, a lot of guesswork, I don't understand how to approach clients and everything. So I couldn't sell because even clients could detect this guy does not understand what he's saying. August, tembea, 0. September, tembea, 0. October, tembea, 0. It was only in November that I met one client at Ministry of Health, Paleapa Hills. I will never forget her name. She's called, she came through for those times because it was like, if I don't make it, then I don't have any other option but to go to Ushago. And you see, let me say this. For you to make a difference, anytime you are trying to enter into a new thing, you have to burn the past bridges. If you don't burn the bridges, you'll use the same bridges to go back where you came from. So the moment you cross into this side, the first thing you need to do, burn all the bridges that led you to this other side so that you don't use to go back. So the moment I entered into the insurance, I decided it's either I make it or I make it better. Because either way, The other thing that is waiting for me, Sam, it is ushago. So hapa ni nini? Kufa kupona. So I gave it all. November, I sold my first policy, 20,000. It was a lot. Nikasema, so this thing, it is possible. My first policy, 20,000. 2 policies, 10,000 each. It's doable. So I gained the confidence. Now that's where now I started learning. Anything that you don't know, it is possible to learn. I started learning about being a top salesperson, especially in the life. That is where I came across the likes of Peter Rosengard. That is one guy, he sold 1 billion life policy. He challenged me. And that record stayed for 24 hours, for 24 years, without being broken. A life policy of 1 billion. I said, if that's a human being who is selling a 1 billion life policy, it is possible. Even me, I can sell 50,000, 100,000, and 200. I began now studying. You see, again, it comes back to reading. I began to read, study, listening to audio programs pertaining to sales, specialized information pertaining to sales, meditation in matters pertaining sales. Then now, by the time you are getting to the following year, I began making some sales, though it was not constant fluctuation. I not gained the mastery. So nauza this month, next month I'm not selling. Nauza mbili this month, next month nauza moja. This month nauza ine, 4 policies. By the time 1 year was coming to an end, I was an average salesperson, but I was determined. I would arrive to CBD 6 a.m. Niko town. Market yangu ilikuwa moving to buildings. I used to know that every building has got human beings. And obviously, sina fare ya kwenda mbali. Naona ile tethering. Sina fare ya kwenda mbali. So by default, I was forced to sell within the CBD, capital city of Nairobi. All those buildings, they know me. So started selling as I learned. The second year was one of my best years. I became the top life salesperson. A record, it was within 3 years. It has never been done. But why? How? Learning. They were also, at a point, they had to use me as an example. How comes this person just came the other day? 2 years, we have never seen that. People break even after 8 years, after 10 years. How comes? What have you done? Now I was given a chance again to be talking to the salespeople. I became now a benchmark. So give it all. After that, I was bought by, because even there I started what we call a millionaires club, because I knew I've mastered the culture of selling. So I told those guys, those salespeople, I know we are all of us salespeople, but I'm different. They are men and they are men. So I wanted to introduce a culture that worked for me. So we started meeting every day, 6 a.m. in the office. 6 a.m. We learn about sales, how to prospect, how to present, how to close a business. For 1 hour, from 6 to 7, and from there now you go to your marketplace. And I think I did it for 1 year, and I used to tell them, don't think I'll be with you forever. Don't think it. Don't ever think that I'll be with you forever. And my time, the moment it comes, I have to leave. And a time came, I felt, anytime God brings in a new season, where you are, you feel tired. You no longer have the energy. So I got to that point, and again I resigned, sent to the CEO, sent to the national sales manager. They called me because they knew I was, by the grace of God, I was a pillar in that branch. Because I gave it all. I didn't want even to know what I went there as a unit manager. I didn't want even to know what the branch manager will say. I gave it all because I knew I've gone there to impact. I'm no longer a new salesperson. There are things I've mastered. I've gone trainings at Capital Markets Authority as far as sales. That is where the sales came in, and now about investments, savings came. So I learned everything. Now I started doing presentations, started doing corporate financial presentations to corporate institutions to realize. Then that is where the aspect of doing corporate financial presentations came in. I didn't know. That is where it was born. Now, after I resigned, I've never ever been under anyone's payroll anymore. That's Nick. Do you think I'm struggling?